back to my channel. I have got with me the Lock the Box boxes and I'm so excited to share it with you. This is my first video for 2021. It is definitely going to be a chatty video because I just want to talk about all these books. I want to talk about all of these books and just so we could talk about books. I'll also give you more pointers on how my shipping went, how I went and picked up my books and things like that. If you're interested in finding out how to place an order with Lock the Box, I've got a whole separate video. I will link it up here in the description. It gives you ideas and tips and tricks on how you can get these boxes. I think there is another event that's going to take place in Karnataka by the end of this month. So if you're from Karnataka, then you're going to have fun because I just peeled over the top of the box. I haven't really taken out any of the books, so I am actually impressed already because these books have been so impeccably packed and I can't wait to dive in. I have not seen these books yet and I can't wait to look at them right now and see what I've got. Of course, I placed the order for the books, but I don't know what condition they are in. So let's check it again. Just so you know, this is going to be a chatty video. It's going to be a little longer. So if you're just interested in the books, then I will leave the books in the description below so you can just take a look at it. But if you want to just hang around and chat about books, then keep watching. I am going to start off with the first book, and this is the Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. Now this is book number 12. So I actually have the collection of these books. I have a few books missing here and there, so I really want to complete this hardcover edition collection, and I must say that it's actually pretty good. It's a really good condition. Like I said, they have both pre-owned and new books, so I would say this looks good to new. Actually, I'm so excited I got this. I have, I think, another book. I think I don't have book the 10th if I'm not wrong, but I have the entire collection apart from that, so I am so glad I could find this book. The second book I have here is The Mermaid and Mrs Hancock. Now this is a brilliant book that was viral last year. I think it also was shortlisted for some Women's Prize for Fiction, that's right. And this actually takes place in 1785 and it has a really nice plot. It says it's got a mermaid in it, but I don't know, I've been drawn to this book ever since it came out, and this is actually, I think this book is new, so I am so glad that I picked this up. I've been meaning to buy this like last year, but I didn't. So I'll just give you the plot of it. So this apparently takes place in 1785. It's got like a whole nautical vibe to it, and existence of blah 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 blah. Oh gosh. So it's about Jonah Hancock. He's a merchant, and Angelica Neal, who I am thinking is a mermaid. I do not know, but I can't wait to find out. So if you have like a nautical book in your like TBR, or if you're planning to read something that's historical fiction, then check out this book. I will definitely read it and let you know what I think of it. Now I got a mix. Oh, there's some cute little bookmarks as well. So those are like really cute. It says, "I'm not a bookworm, I'm a book dragon." That's nice. So I got a mix of books. I've got like Disney books, I've got middle grade, I've got young adult, I've got contemporary, I've got normal fiction, historical fiction. I've got a whole lot of mix here, so I'm pretty sure that you will find something that you like. I then got this, which is Spider-Man and Origin Story. So I actually thought this is going to be a comic. Looks like it's not a comic. It's got like a small write-up of the story, the origin story, and it's a pretty thin book, so I think it just fit right into the box. I just like adding these kind of books to my like collection. I don't know if I will read it or not, but these look like really good if you have a collection of all of the origin stories or things like that. So I still enjoy this. Oh, the next one is really cute. Oh, I knew it. I knew this would be a comic. So this is a ScoobyDoo, a haunted Halloween. I just wanted something a little, relaxed. I generally go for comics when I'm trying to do that. It's like a complete comic book, and it's really thin, so it fit into the book. I sometimes like to, when you're ordering a bunch of books, I like to add in like these really thin books because they go well with the collection, as well as you can add more books to your box. Now, I'll tell you the count of the books. I think I have almost 26 plus books in this box alone. And that's also because I could fit books like these. So yeah, I think they do come in handy when you're just looking for something nice to read or even to add to your collection. And then I have this, which is Monsters University by Disney Pixar. Clearly this book is pre-owned, but it doesn't look like that though. It's totally, well, looks new. It's a nice little story of the whole movie of the Monsters Inc. and I like it. It is so cute. I am into collecting all of these Disney books, and this will just go added into my collection. I've then got, oh, this came as a hardcover and I'm impressed already. So I have been collecting the House of Night series. If you haven't read it, you should. It's by PC Cast and Kirsten Cast. And this is, I think, this is the 8th book in the series. I think there are about 13 odd books. I think I have most of the books. I don't have just 2, which is the last 2. Now that I got this and I got one more. And this is a great book if you're interested into vampires back in like when vampires were cool. But vampires, like there's a school for fledglings, and you follow like our main protagonist Zoe, who finds out that she is a fledgling, and she goes to this House of Night school. She meets other fledglings, and then they have like this obviously evil person that they have to battle with. Now the only downside of the series was it's a really long series, so you go through like 13 books, and throughout the 13 books she's just fighting like 2 people. So there's Neferet and then there's Kalona, and that's pretty much it. But I think I read this series almost like 6 or 7 years back, or I think even more than that, and at that point I really liked it. But it kind of gets annoying when the characters don't grow with you, and I have that problem with some series. So when you read the first book, you like of a certain age and you enjoy it, and the next book comes out the next year, you expect your characters to have grown that year, right? But that doesn't happen. And when you have 13 books that came across 13 years, you have grown with the series, and then you really expect the characters to have grown with you over the course of 13 years. But that doesn't happen with this book, unfortunately. After 13 years, the characters still behave like they were 13 years back, and that's kind of annoying because you've grown up and they haven't, and that kind of spoils the series for you. But I still finished the series because I started it. I've already gone like 8 books in, there was no turning back. I just wanted to complete it. But now I've gotten into collecting the series because it used to be my favorite at some point, and I'm glad I did. So if you're looking, but I would still recommend it if you're looking for something, schoolish, vampirish, and I know for a fact that it's making a comeback with like the books around schools for like creatures, and school for magical creatures, schools for vampires, schools for, all that whole concept feels like it's making a comeback. So if you're looking for something a little more nostalgic, then you should try this series. I then got, just to complete my collection of Roald Dahl, I got myself SEO Trot. This is also pretty good. I'm glad that even though I didn't pick these books, they're actually coming out in like really good condition. And I'm glad I got myself 2 boxes, and now I'm only regretting that I didn't get like 3rd box. So Roald Dahl obviously is a great children's, / middle grade kind of book. And SEO Trot was one book that I didn't have in my collection. I was collecting all of the Roald Dahl books, and I am so glad I got this. I then have another middle grade book, and this is The Boy Who Grew Dragons. Now this is pretty interesting. This is about a little boy who grows dragons, and I was very intrigued because I don't know, there was something about the cover, there was something about the book that just drew me, and I've seen this around a little bit, and I had been wanting to read more middle grade books this year for some reason. And I wanted to go less on young adult books and read more like classics as well. So yeah, I'm so glad that I'm going to read this soon this year. I will let you people know if this is worth a middle grade, well, time, but it looks very intriguing. I then got, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got like this amazing hardcover of Grandpa's Great Escape by David Walliams. Now, if you haven't seen my videos before, I completely adore David Walliams as a middle grade author. Now, I had not read like middle grade books, like a series of middle grade books from any author in a long time. And when I read David Walliams' books, I think the year before the last was the first time I had read his books. And oh my god, they are so amazing, they are heartwarming, and they always have like a moral towards the end, which I completely love. And I felt like these are perfect books that you can give like your children. But again, they have so many things that would make you think as an adult, or a young adult for that matter. And I love that about this book. And I think I've already read, have I read Grandpa's Great Escape? I'm not entirely sure. So I've read a bunch of books. I think I have read Grandpa's Great Escape. I've read a bunch of books by David Walliams, and I just go ahead and try and get the entire collection of his. I've got a few books, but I don't have all of his books, and I definitely don't have a hardcover. So I am so glad that I got myself a hardcover of this book. If you're looking for something that is light but still, you know, leaves you with a thought towards the end, then I would definitely recommend David Walliams books. You should so read some of his books at least once, and you just might like it. So that was that. Then I have got, and then I got myself a classic, and this is Love in the Time of Cholera. So this is one classic I had been meaning to read for a very, very long time, especially when this whole of last year, I wanted to read something that was, you know, full of hope and full of love at a difficult period of everybody's lives, and I think this book would have been perfect, but I couldn't get around to getting it, and I was so glad that I found it in this event, this book sale, and I just got it. If you have read Love in the Time of Cholera, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this. If you haven't, I will definitely read this, because this year is all going to be about classics and middle grade books, I think. Well, that's my goal currently, and I will let you know what I think about this book. But this looks like a brilliant classic that I think everyone should check out. And then I got myself a very well classic, Othello by Shakespeare. Now, I know that this is not one of those really popular classics by Shakespeare, and I know Shakespeare is cliched, some people are going to kill me for it, but I wanted like a proper unabridged, play kind of book of Othello. I haven't read Othello before, but I remember talking with my dad about Othello, and it was one of his favorite plays when he was young, and I was really upset I hadn't read it, considering the fact that I read a lot of books. So I really wanted to get myself this, and because again this is going to be a classic and middle grade year for me, I'm going to definitely finish this off this year, and I'm so excited about this. The next book I got is, this one is probably a very popular one, and this is the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society. Now, I've seen this book a lot. I know a lot of people talk about this. I have no idea what this book is about, but I just wanted to read it because it's just everywhere. Now, this is again set in 1946. It's historical fiction. It's based on the German occupation. I think it's based during a war. I'm not really sure, but I so wanted to get into reading this book again. I do feel like I've gotten myself a lot of classics and middle grade books, especially because this year is going to be full of it. So yeah, if you've read this book, do let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and I will definitely also give you my view about it once I've read it. The next book I got was, this is just a fun little book that I wanted to read, and this is the Goosebumps Horrorland. So I just tried to start a collection of Goosebumps later this year, and I wanted to try and start building this whole Goosebumps collection, and I think this is my first Goosebumps book for a collection. I have read Goosebumps before, but I don't own any of the books, so I'm glad that I could just plop in some Goosebumps books for me to, you know, give that really kick or push to start reading Goosebumps. Now I remember reading this when I was really small. Of course, I don't know if I've read this particular one because there are just way too many Goosebumps books. But if you've read Goosebumps, let me know which, if you do know, which one is like the most favorite of yours. I know there's a lot. There's like Chucky, there's like the haunted editions, there's like a bunch of series. I'm not entirely sure of the series in itself, but if you have anything that's in specific Goosebumps that you like, then let me know and I will check those out. But yeah, so I got myself a Goosebumps. I have gotten myself another Roald Dahl, and this is Danny, the Champion of the World. So this is again just for my collection. I don't think I had this book and SEO Trot. I think I have everything else. Now Roald Dahl used to be my favorite when I was really small. So I just wanted to like complete my collection, and I got this, which I totally adore. Oh my gosh, I think I have another hardcover of, okay, this, I'm really on a roll right now. I've gotten another David volumes. This is Demon Dentist, and this is also in hardcover. So I am overwhelmed right now that I got so many of these books, which I totally love as hardcovers. I haven't read Demon Dentist before, and I literally am shocked and happy that this ended up being a hardcover, because that's the thing with these book boxes, you do not know if you're going to get yourself a hardcover paperback. Of course you can check on the book description, but like I said, if you've seen in like my first video, it's just overwhelming going through so many pages and you don't actually click through each of the pages to see if they're hardcover or paperback. So I'm glad that, you know, it's still a surprise, and I'm glad that I got this. I haven't read Demon Dentist before, so if I will definitely read this book. This is definitely going to be a great middle year and classic year for me. I've gotten yet another hardcover, and this is Girl Online, Zoe Sugg, and this is just to complete my collection. I've got the other two books of the series, which is Going Solo and Girl Online on Tour. I've read all the three books, but I did not have the first. This is the first book in the series. Did not have this, and I just wanted to complete my collection. So yeah, this is a great series as well. It's really light, it's really warm. It's just like, you know, if you're reading like a really difficult, tough book, and then you get through it and you just want to read something light and it's not a middle grade book, then I would recommend something like this, because it's like a, well, it's not exactly like a chick lit. It's contemporary, yes, but then more like a breeze, so you can just like read it in one sitting. And also it has a lot of like blogs and letters to self kind of chapters, so you can get through them like really quickly. This focuses on a girl who suddenly becomes just viral on social media because of her blog, and I think in the first book nobody knows who the girl is because she writes it anonymously, and then in the second book and the third book focuses more on her when she like gets a boyfriend, and then she her boyfriend ends up being like this rock star, and then how she breaks up with him. And then I think the third book she again it's more about her overcoming her popularity and, you know, at a young age, and then moving on with life. And I think that's cool considering that it's written by Zoella, and Zoella, if you don't know, she's like a really famous YouTuber. So yeah, this is another great addition to my library. Oh gosh, now I wish this was hardcover, but it's not. So this is Superman Dawnbreaker by Matt DeLapina, and this is again a book that went super viral last year. This whole series, as a matter of fact, and now I wish if this was a hardcover, because I have seen hardcovers of this book before and they look really gorgeous, but I got myself the paperback. It sucks, but it's okay because I really wanted to just read it, and I'm glad at least I got it and it's in super good condition, so I am happy. Now, this is actually a series of books focusing on each superhero. So there's one for like Wonder Woman, there's one for like Batman, and then there's one for like Superman. I think there are 4 books, and I am sure I missed somebody. Oh yeah, I think that one is Catwoman, so there's one for Catwoman as well. And this is like a proper book that focuses on their life. I do not know what each book, well, the story in each of the book, but I will definitely read this. So it's like a DC series written by, each book is written by a different author, and the Catwoman one is written by Mari Lou. So if you're a Mari Lou fan, then you should definitely check it out. I know that this one is popular, and the Batman one is also super popular. I actually saw the Batman one in the sale as well, and that was the hardcover. But I did not order the book because I'd already done my 2 boxes, and if I had to do that, I had to do like another 3rd box, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a 3rd box this time, so I didn't like order the book. But I kind of now feel bad. Anyway, I'm so glad I got this book because it's something I've been meaning to read for a while now anyway. And then I've got another Goosebumps. Yay, I'm just loving these, you know, small knickknacks in my box, which I just love to add these kind of books in my box, you know, just to add some like spice to it. I know a lot of people don't, they just order like books that they want to read, but I do want to read these as well, but I just love these little additions that are in. So this is the series 2000 Invasions of the Body Squeezers. Okay, I have no idea what this book is about, but it was Goosebumps, so I just like added it in, and so I'm going to read this as well this year. I also have with me, oh, I'm so glad this became a hardcover. See, that's the thing, that's so cool, right? Some of them are paperbacks, some of them that I wanted to be hardcovers are paperbacks, some of them that I didn't know would be hardcovers are hardcovers. So this is 4. This is the 4th book of the Divergent series. Now, I have already read the Divergent series long time back, but I had never gotten around to reading 4. And I really wanted to read it at some point. And I found this book there, and I like this edition. This edition is kind of cool. And so I went ahead and ordered it. Now, if you haven't seen, if I haven't talked about this enough, I actually totally enjoyed the Divergent series. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the movies, it's the book. Now, the books were just brilliant. I had no idea that Veronica Roth could like write such an amazing series, and if you've seen the movie and not read the books, then you're seriously missing out on a lot, because the books are so much better than the movies, and it's just brilliant. So I already have, I think, 2 books of the Divergent series, and I ordered 4, and I also ordered Allergen, so that's probably in my other box. So I'm so excited to read 4 as well this year. Then I have got myself Mart, which is the first book in the House of Night series. Now, like I said, I'm collecting the entire House of Night series, and this is the first book. I actually thought now this would be hardcover, but it's not. It's a paperback, but that's okay. So I think I have all the books in the series. This is the first book, and I think I don't have the last 2 books alone, which I'll probably buy it off sometime later. But yeah, so if you're trying to start the series, this is the book that you need to start with. So let me know if you plan to start this series. I could definitely use some chatting about the book. And then I've gotten myself some amazing smaller books as well. So this is again David Walliams. This is Blob. I have no idea what this book is about. It's about a blobfish apparently. I just love these illustrations. They're just so adorable. And yeah, this is a great book as well, considering that I'm in a middle grade binge. Then I've got some Disney books, which is yay. I've gotten myself the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now I really wanted to like collect all of these Ladybird books. I don't know why, but I really like these hardcover small books which have like the Disney illustrations, Disney pictures in them. It's just so cute, and I do have a few books. I don't have all of them, so I decided that I'm gonna get them all. because why not? And I just kept adding them into the box, so I don't even know how many of them fit. So that's one. And then I got myself Mulan as well. This is another Ladybird classic, and again this oh, it's just so cute. I just love looking at these Disney books. These are just so pretty and they're just so relaxing, and I'm glad they're all in like really great condition as well. I've also gotten myself Dumbo, which is I'm just falling in love with these books now. I just feel like starting to read them. So Dumbo is also another classic I got, and then the last one I got is Peter Pan from this whole Disney stuff. So yeah, this is I really wanted to get Peter Pan. I recently got myself this collector's edition Barnes and Noble Mina Lima illustrated with interactive elements of Peter Pan, but that is based on like the original Peter Pan story and not the Disney movie, so it doesn't have like Wendy and the Lost Boys and Captain Hook from like the movie, and the movie is more nostalgic to me than the original classic of Peter Pan, so I really wanted this as well. And the last book in this box is The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. So I really like this particular book in this whole Chronicles of Narnia series. I've read The Magician's Nephew. I think I've read a few of the other books as well, but somehow this is my like most favorite one. And I don't have this. I don't think I have any of the Narnia collection books. So I haven't read this as far as I can remember, but this is my like favorite Narnia book. So I'm so going to give this a go this year. So there you go. This is all of the books that's there in my first box, and I am going to move on to my second box, watching. Just opening it up. I've got some great books here as well. Oh my gosh, I'm just taking a look at it and I am so excited to dive in. So the first book I got was Disney, and this is The Princess and the Frog. And this is a Disney edition. This is not a Ladybird book, but I love this Disney movie. It's just so cute. It's definitely pre-owned, but I think it's still brilliant. It looks so pretty like the movie. I just love these books. They're just so, you know, when you want to like, you're feeling low or upset, and you just want to like sit and you just want to read a book, but you don't want to like put in so much of your effort and time in reading the book. Some books are like really difficult to get through. You need to give all your attention to, but you just want to flip through some book and feel good, and that's where these Disney books come in. You just like so feel good. You can just look at these pictures. You can just get transported to like a different world. Oh, I'm just going crazy looking at it. So that's the first book in. Oh, I've got two other really cute bookmarks as well. Okay, this one has a dog, and this one has like a cat, so it's like really sweet. I don't know where I put my other two bookmarks. Oh, there it is. And then I've got, I was excited for this. This is The Night Before Christmas, and actually I was thinking that this would be a hardback, but it's not. It's a paperback, and that's okay because it's like a totally new book, so I'm so happy about it. And this is so pretty. This is like the original Clemency Moore's poem or story. It was The Night Before Christmas, and I really like collecting these kind of books to read during like the Christmas time. So I've already got myself The Grinch earlier, I think last year, and I got The Christmas Carol. So just to continue with that collection, I wanted The Night Before Christmas because it's like the perfect book to read at that time, and it's a really popular one, and I'm so glad that it looks really good and doesn't look like, you know, a knockoff or a sad version of the book. So yeah, I'm glad I got that one. Oh, and then I got myself Allergent, and I am so glad that this is a hardcover, and it's a super heavy book as well. So 4 is also a hardcover, and Allergent is also a hardcover. So I am glad. This is a little bit tattered on the top. You can see here, but it's okay. It's fine. The book isn't like perfect condition anyway, so that's fine. So this is essentially to complete my entire Divergent series. Now I've like got all the 4 books, and I can do a reread sometime this year because I've been wanting to do a reread of the series because I'm so in love with it. And then I've gotten myself a bear called Paddington. So I adore Paddington. I so love him. He's like the cutest little bear that when I actually went to London, I took a picture with his like cute statue in the station where he waited for his parents. So if you've not seen the movie Paddington, you should, like right now, like just go and watch it because it's like the best movie. It's just so adorable and it's so warming and lovely. I actually have the second book of the Paddington movie with me already, but I didn't have the first book, so I am so glad I found this and I'm definitely gonna read this. I think I have a lot of nice middle grade books that I can read this year. And then I've gotten myself, let's talk about this series, The Lukes. So this series I have not seen much anywhere. It just didn't go viral. If I talk about the Lux series, then people talk about the one by Jennifer Armentrout, if I'm not wrong. Right, but not the Anna Godberson one. And I just don't know why. Because this series is like brilliant. If you're into historical fiction and you're into this whole period piece where they have like, you know, a Gossip Girl meets Rain kind of, the way that Bridgerton got really famous now. So if you're into things like that, you should definitely check out the Luke series by Anna Godberson. This is the first book in the series. There are 4 books altogether. I think I have 3 books with me. I couldn't find the last book. It's really hard to get as well. And this takes place sometime in 1899 in the luxury elite society of New York. I cannot imagine what gets better than this. This is an amazing series and it really needs to get talked about more. I'm just going to put it there. You have to read it. You just have to. So yeah, check the series out when you can. And then I got myself Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella, and this is, to be honest, I've read all of the Shopaholic books, but Confessions of a Shopaholic is the first book in the series, and this is where you get introduced to Becky Bloomberg, and I think this is the best of the entire series. Everything else is just her story going forward. So then there's when she gets married, there's Shopaholic gets married, and then Shopaholic and her baby, and then Mini Shopaholic, which talks more about her baby. Shopaholic goes on, I don't know, Shopaholic travels the world or something, where she goes on her honeymoon on a complete world trip. So there's so many books that are Becky Bloomwood's life, but this first book is like the really good one according to me. So if you're like into the Shopaholic kind of vibe, then you should definitely check out this book. It's a great book. It's about Becky. If you know nothing about this book, there is a movie as well, so you can check it out. But essentially it's about Becky Bloomwood, who just cannot stop shopping. She's got like 100 different credit cards, and she tries and ices the credit cards, she hides the credit cards, she puts them in jars, she puts them under her sofa, she like puts them everywhere so she doesn't go and buy things. But then she sees like this beautiful designer bag and then she pays again. So she's permanently in debt to the credit card companies, but it's a fun, breezy read, so I really enjoyed this series as well. Then I've gotten myself something that I felt like reading, and this is the Land of Never Endings by Kate Saunders. This is a middle grade book, but okay, this is not in the best of conditions. It feels a little bit worn out on the top. I think it's probably because it was under a lot of these hardbacks. I don't know, but it's okay. The book in itself is fine, so I'm okay with it. So this is about a little girl called Emily and her imagination, apparently. So she has this vivid imagination and she creates a whole separate world based on her imagination. So I actually liked the cover. I thought it was really cute and pretty, and I wanted to like read more like different middle grades this year, so I really want to like get around to reading this sometime. If you have read this book, let me know what you think. If you haven't, then wait for my review. And then I got myself another book, and this is Kathy Cassidy's Sunday Girl. Now I have read a few books from the series. I've read Scarlet, I have read Lucky Star, I think I have read Cherry Crush, I'm not sure, and this is Sunday Girl. So the thing with this series is it's not like directly related, but then Kathy Cassidy writes about like these different girls who are very different in like different aspects of their life that she focuses on in each of these books. So there was one book which I think was Scarlet, where she talks about this girl who was different from the other girls in her class, and her parents were going through like divorce, and she had to like shuttle between her mom's and her dad's place. So it kind of is how the kid feels during that point of time and how she learns to adapt. I'm not sure what this one is about, but then each book is about something that's related to family and about the girl, and I thought that was really cool. So I've read a few books of this series, and I'm so glad I got this one. I think this is about a shy girl who doesn't really share her secrets. So basically it's just about this emotions of this girl, I guess. So yeah, that's another one I got. And then I got, oh, I'm so glad I got this as a hardcover. I actually thought this would be a paperback, but I'm so glad I got this. This is The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling, and I have Crimes of Grindelwald, but I did not have this book. I don't know, but I really like this series as well. I totally love Newt, and I totally love the Nifflers, and I really like that you get to meet all of these different animals in this books. So yeah, so I wanted to add this to my collection because I love this whole gold foil like inscriptions on these books. They're just brilliant. Okay, so the next book I got is a little bit funny, but this is The Babysitters Club. And the reason I got this book was because I remember reading The Babysitters Club when I was like really small. But then this is like whole new Netflix show that's based off of this book, and that kind of like made me think about these books when I was small. I don't know why. I finished seeing that series and it was actually good. I didn't expect it to be good. It was a little empowering for like little girls, and I thought that was really sweet the way they had taken the TV series. So I just felt like I wanted to go back and read the books, and then I saw this on the website and I was like, add. So yeah, so this is Claudia and Mean Janine, and I'm definitely sure, I'm sure this is not the first book. This is like the 7th book, but this is the only one I could find, and I just wanted to like have something from the series, and so I got it. Oh my gosh, this is in like impeccable quality, and I did not expect this to be a book. I actually thought this would be a comic. This is DC Superhero Girls. And if you have not seen this, I think there is a cartoon series based on the superhero girls on Netflix, which is like really funny, but I did not know that they had like a book based on it. So this is like a proper like middle grade book. I actually bought this thinking this is going to be comics. Now it's a whole book that I have to read, which I know sounds like a chore, but it's not. I'm glad I got this, and I'm glad I'm going to be reading it because this looks brilliant, the cover, doesn't it? It looks like really glossy and pretty, so I'm glad I got that. Oh, okay, I got another David Walliams. Oh, it's not a hardcover. I know I saw way too many hardcovers of David Walliams that for this to expect that every David Walliams book I'm going to get is going to be a hardcover. No, it's not. This is a paperback. So this is Billionaire Boy. I have already read this book, so I'm so glad. This looks really good. In fact, this looks like a totally new book. I should have really bought myself did I just say bought myself? I'm just blithering with the amount of books I'm going through right now. Alright, so let's talk about Billionaire Boy. This is about a little boy who's like super rich. He has everything that money can buy, but he doesn't have friends. So this book talks about this little boy as he tries and makes friends and everything that he goes through, and essentially finds out that friendship is more important than money. And I think this is a super cute book. It's not like The thing about the David Walliams books are they're not like, you don't hate anybody in these books. You end up feeling so so much of comfort and warmth for these characters that you wish they were with you. And I totally love that about this book as well. It's a great book to start yourself if you're going to start David Walliams, because I've been talking non-stop about him in this particular video. So yeah, this is a great book to start with as well. And then, oh yay, I got another middle grade book which has sprayed edges, and I am so happy. It's not hardcover though, that's okay. So this is Amelia, Fang and the Memory Thief. I'm pretty sure this is not the first book in the series, but doesn't this look really cute? And it has sprayed edges, come on. Why would you not want to read this? Oh my gosh, it looks so cute inside as well. I think I've just fallen in love with this book, even though I haven't read it, purely because it looks amazing. And I think this is something that I would definitely read for Halloween. Maybe I will read this during October if I can hold off for so long, because it just looks so brilliant. And I really feel like even without reading it, I just want to have the entire collection because it looks so pretty. And it looks like this is about this little girl called Amelia Fang and the creatures of Nocturnia. Okay, this is giving me vampire vibes, and someone has stolen their memories, and can Amelia save her friends and family before they have all forgotten who she is? Okay, this is a cute little book. I'm loving this green foiled title and edges as well, and the sprayed edges. Oh my god, this is such a bargain buy, I swear. And then I got myself, oh gosh, no. So I got myself Frozen, and it's that book of the film, and I assumed that this was going to be a Disney book, just like The Princess and the Frog or the other Disney books, but no, this is a book. I cannot believe that this is a proper book of Frozen. Now why would I want to read this book of Frozen? Really don't know. I really don't know. I really thought this would be like the Disney book. It seems to have a few pictures here of the movie, which is great, but then aren't Disney books supposed to have like Disney pictures and look enticing like I just explained? Now it looks like I have to read this book, which is still okay. I think I will read it considering the fact that I'm going to read a lot of middle grade this year. So yeah, I think I'll just add it to like somewhere lower on my TBR list. And then I got myself Things in Jars. This is by Jess Kidd, and this is a contemporary book that takes place in London, and this is a thriller if I'm not wrong. I've seen this around quite a bit, and this again is historical thriller, so it takes place around in the 1800s. I'm not entirely sure what this book is about, but I do know that it's a Victorian detective novel. So yeah, anything Victorian, anything detective is just going to pull me in. I'm just going to buy the book. I'm just going to add it to my table in the back and forget all about it like my other Victorian books. No, I'm just joking. I should really get around to reading it. And I've got a few Victorian ones like Stalking Jack the Ripper and The Silent Companions by Lara Purcell, The Binding. Everything is like Victorian Gothic, and thriller is just going to add to it. I really hope I get through this book again this year. And then I got myself On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, and yeah, this is a really popular book. It's a very popular contemporary book. If you read The Hate You Give, then I think you will get the vibe of what this book is going to be about. If you haven't read The Hate You Give is about a little girl who is an African American and all the racism that takes place in America because of the fact that she's African American, from like the 16-year-old girl's point of view when her brother gets like shot by the police when he's really not doing anything. So it's essentially her life, the trial that takes place after that. It's a really heart-wrenching book, and it talks a lot about the society and racism in itself, and I think Angie Thomas had brilliantly captured it in The Hate You Give. I think The Hate You Give is also a movie, so you can also watch it if you haven't read the book, but you should definitely read that book. I have a whole huge Goodreads review about that book on my Goodreads account, so if you want to like check that review out, you can. It's in my Goodreads link that's there on this video. If you don't, I would highly recommend you read it. On the come up also is following 16-year-old Brie, and I think this is a little different from that because this follows her coming up as a musician as a 16-year-old. I'm so glad I want to read this because it gives you a lot of insight into these kids' lives and what they go through, and I think it's really important that everybody should read books like these to understand and empathize with everybody else, so we can make the world just a little more of a better place to live in. So yeah, that's this book. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this one. So this is the Beauty and the Beast Disney Collection book. Now what drew me was this cover. I just went crazy. I just want all the books that have this cover. Please, oh yes, thank God, thank God. I was so worried that this would end up being like, you know, a paperback book like the one that I showed you about Frozen, but no, it's the exact Disney world book, and I don't have Beauty and the Beast. I just feel like I want all of the books that have this kind of series or this edition of the series. It just looks so good, and it will look brilliant on the shelf as well. Oh gosh, this looks amazing, I swear. If you want like a Disney collection, then I think you should definitely try this edition out. I don't know what it's called. It's called the Classic Disney Storybook Series. I think that's the edition. It looks so beautiful. It's hardcover, and it has like this weird rectangular shape actually. No, square shape that I think makes it look a little different from the other Disney books. Yeah, that's great. I got another one as well from the same edition, and this is Sleeping Beauty. And okay, so this is a format exclusive to Tesco. I was not aware of that. Oh, this looks amazing as well. And if you just notice, these books are just so cute. Each one is like in a different color, and even the back is like so pretty. You could see like different important characters from each of these books. So, and they look so good on a shelf. The spines in itself are brilliant. So I think if I get a chance, I'm just going to get all of these books in the series because I have a lot of Disney books. I don't have any of this. Yes, I'm a Disney hoarder, and that's totally fine with me. I have already made peace with myself. And then I got, oh my gosh, you guys, just take a look at that. It's a 3D kind of image. It looks gorgeous, and this is Brave. Please tell me it's the movie. Oh, it is the movie. Okay, this has got to be like my best box ever. It's got like these amazing front. I don't know, this kind of 3D effect there is like killing me. I think I can just sit and look at it for hours. And I've got another one that looks just like that, and that is, oh, that's a little bit of a, there you go. So this is Tangled, and it also has this whole 3D vibe, and I really like Tangled. It's one of like my favorite movies, and yeah, it's the whole Disney, well, the Disney movie in a book, and that's brilliant because I think it's gonna be great that I can collect all of these books as well. These look really good. I should definitely consider getting more of this edition as well. And finally, the last book I got is And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness. Now this again is a super popular book, went viral last year. I hadn't gotten around to reading it, but it has like these beautiful illustrations inside. So you just take a look at that. It's just gorgeous. And this is about a captain. Again, it's a nautical. What is up with my nautical theme? I've already gotten like 2 books in this lot that are nautical themed. What are the odds? Maybe I'll have a nautical themed year as well, apart from my middle grade and my classic series. So this book is about a whale attack on a ship, and instead of like just being dying and being prey for the whales, they find out that there is a myth of a monster. They follow a trail, and then it basically tells you the story of whales and men, and it's supposed to like give you this warm feeling about how people and whales become like friends. In a way, that's like a very sad way to put it, but I think I will read the book and give you like a more proper review. But it apparently says that this is a multi-award winning author of A Monster Calls. Oh yeah, I have, yes, obviously Patrick Ness, but then illustrated by Rowena Kai, and it's a very nice book. It's a very beautiful book inside as well. I am so glad I got it. It's something that I will definitely check out this year. So there you go. That is the end of my boxes. Unfortunately, I don't have any more books, but I do have lots of books in front of me, and I definitely need to clear this up because it's like everywhere. And I have quite a lot of books, and I am so glad I was able to share this with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's long, but I had so much fun just talking about these books and sharing this haul with you. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like, and I will see you in another video. Bye.